This is a HeadGum podcast.
Hello and welcome to The Complete Guide to Everything, a podcast about everything. I'm Tim.
I'm not Tom.
Who are you?
It's me, Christine.
It's Christine, everybody. Filling in for Tom this week on The Complete Guide to Everything is friend of the show, Christine. Friend of Tom.
Friend of Tim.
Christine. Well, everybody thinks that you're Tom's friend because when I was out on paternity leave, you filled in with Tom, and it was a Tom and Christine show, and you guys had excellent chemistry.
Well, we really got along. I met him for the first time.
Will they, won't they situation.
Will they get along? Will they make jokes? Will they talk about Frasier?
Regular Sam and Diane.
I don't think it was even a Carla and Norm.
It might have been a Carla and Cliff.
He is a lot like Cliff. And thank you. I'm a lot like Carla.
You're sassy.
Mm-hmm.
I
have all those children. I don't have any children.
All those children. No, this is Christine. Tom is away on a National Lampoon's European vacation this week. Yeah. And so we asked Christine to fill in. Tom didn't actually care. I was like, hey, we have to record a show, and he's like, you'll figure it out, right?
That makes me disappointed. I thought for sure you guys were like, of all the people we've ever met, of all the people we've ever had on the show, let's agree, we really love Christine, we got to get Christine back on the show.
He's like, Christine will probably do it, right?
Yeah. Well, I did.
His exact words is, she doesn't really have anything going on, right?
It's a tough crowd
and
out there.
Podcast hosting wise, you don't really have much going on.
No, I'm not doing a lot of other podcasts.
Yeah, which is good. We got the Christine exclusive.
Yeah.
Christine, how long have we been friends, you and I?
I was just looking. It's been 8 years since we went to a protest together, and we've been friends longer than that.
We went to a protest together?
That climate march we both kind of hated.
I mean,
we love climate. We care about the climate. But we've been friends.
I don't love the climate. I don't love what the climate's doing.
I may have misstated how we feel about the climate.
It's changing.
We want
I don't
good
want
things.
It to change.
We wish the best for the climate.
Yeah. We wish the best for the earth. Well, yeah, there was some march, and I remember just being like, I think we're just doing this to do this.
Yeah, it was like a photo op march.
I think
more
everybody
than a
was
march.
Like, we need things to stand for. It was before things, I don't know. Okay, so that was 8 years ago.
Right, but we've been friends for
2007?
15 years.
But you're, I think, maybe the last adult friend I made.
Oh. Well, I got in just while the gun was good.
Yeah. So congratulations.
Thank you. It means a lot. Yeah, I just had my 15-year anniversary in New York City, and I met you shortly after I moved here.
Yeah, I was kind of your guide to the city of New York.
You were. You're my Sherpa.
I made you fall in love with the city. You were like, I've never seen it like this.
A taxi? What's that? I said.
Yeah. It's a yellow car,
What's
Christine?
That tall lady with the torch in her arm?
That's a very scary lady. Stay away from her.
Yeah, you really helped me.
You're talking about that lady on 58th Street.
One of my first memories with you, Tim, is not you guiding me away from a scary lady with a torch in her arm, but us running the other way, or really not running, but when we were walking one day and there was a pursuit of an armed suspect.
We were not walking one day. We were walking home from a bar at 4 o'clock in the morning.
We were so young once.
There were a bunch of police officers that were like, he went that way, and they said to us, don't go this way, there's a man with a gun, and we were just like, shut up.
We were like, it's actually quicker for us to go home if we go that way, so.
And here we are.
Yep.
Christine, I just came back from London, England.
The UK, you say?
Jolly old England. It wasn't all that jolly this past weekend when I was there.
Yeah. When does this air? Does this air when people will remember that the Queen has passed?
Yeah, this will air. It doesn't air. I've explained this to you several times, Christine.
I don't really understand podcasts.
I know. This will come out. It'll drop. It doesn't air. It drops, Christine. It'll drop 6 days after the funeral.
Okay. Great.
So just under the wire.
Okay. So people
will
remember.
Like our adult friendship. Yeah.
Yeah. This podcast is a lot like our friendship.
Yeah. Actually, everybody, I went to this coffee shop in London, and there was a guy behind the counter working the barista, and he was going on and on about how expensive the Queen's funeral was.
$8 billion something. I think I have that wrong.
Yeah, I think he said 8 billion pounds, but I think pounds are dollars there.
Yeah, they're pretty close right now.
And he was talking to me, and he's like, "Can you believe this? It's costing 8 billion pounds. Meanwhile, people can't afford food. Energy prices are out of control." And I was like, "Yeah, like seems crazy." He's telling me how many tons of flowers that they ordered for it.
Did you tell him actually you're a tried and true climate activist?
It's like when I was marching in the street.
The worst story to tell. Anyway, go on. Sorry.
But then I was like, yeah, I don't really understand it. I'm an American, so I don't. And then for some reason he got really scared. I think he was like, oh no. And then he's like, I mean, I love her. Everybody knows I love her.
What do you think he thought you were wondering?
I don't know.
Do? Did he think you were like a undercover?
I don't know. Did he think I was an American who was like, I have to fly to London to pay my respects? And he's like, I don't want to offend this guy.
You know what's funny? I was going to say my theory, and I'm still going to say it, but I think your theory is sound. You know, remember when they used to have those shows in like the early 2000s where people would wear dark glasses and like film people unbeknownst to them? And I think maybe he saw your eyeglasses, which have sort of a dark rim, and maybe thought you were filming him for one of the like famous American prank shows.
Yeah, or just YouTube. I think there's YouTube pranksters that are just like, and TikTok pranksters.
Oh no,
that are just like setting society back.
And it is
point.
like you got to watch out for being filmed everywhere you go and whatever you do.
If anyone ever pranks me,
I would hate to be pranked. I would hate to be pranked. I wouldn't mind to prank you.
I wouldn't want you pranking me. Well, how would you even prank me?
I don't think I'd do it. How or why?
Yeah. No, I know why. You're a freaking sicko.
I don't think I'm a sicko. I think I'm quite pleasant. And I don't think, like, the only thing I can think of is tripping you, and that's too mean.
Yeah, that's not a prank. That's assault.
And I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, and also
and I'd
your
hurt
leg's
myself.
too weak. Your ankle would break.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad
you see how strong of a walker I am?
You're
I'm
a really strong
powerful
walker, and I've got these brittle bones.
Exactly. You do. I am worried about your bone health.
Well, I don't
think you
have
get
a ton of calcium.
Yeah.
I mean, I eat a lot of leafy greens. Do you
I
think
don't
your
know.
listeners were wondering about my leafy green intake?
No.
I don't even have anemia or anything.
Do you think Tom will ever listen to this episode?
I hope he listens and like plays along. Like every time there's a pause, that he just sort of like says what he would have said.
Yeah, I had to stop listening to your episodes with Tom.
Did you? Was it FOMO? You missed it too much?
It was just like this is where I would butt in and like correct both of them. You guys did. You talked about
you were
Frasier.
so mad. You're still so mad
You
that I
didn't
didn't
know-
know how many seasons of Cheers there were.
Or Frasier.
I know.
And
I
you're
don't
like,
go by that. I don't go
Well-
by that.
We're in a streaming age. Just look at the season numbers.
No, I often have it on with my glasses off, so it's hard to look at the numbers.
Yeah. So you just see a blur. When you
It's an audio thing. for
when
me.
you watch Frasier, you just see like a beige blur.
It's so beige.
Whereas Cheers is like a deeper brown.
It's a little. That's true. It's more of a chestnut. It's the thing about Frasier in a blur is like their suits are so oversized because
Yeah.
it's the late 90s.
Do you often
You
get it
can really
confused
see
with the
David
Talking
Byrne.
Heads Once in a Lifetime video?
Yeah, I'm like, what am I watching here?
Does this stop making sense?
Yeah, and the problem is that because Frasier is so logical, it never stopped making sense at all. Wasn't my best work.
I don't think the Crane brothers always made sense, Christine.
No, they made a lot of bad choices, especially when they tried to get into like the restaurant business.
I'm not here to relitigate the Complete Guide to Everything Frasier
It was
episode.
one of your best episodes, if I'm not mistaken.
Can I tell you what happened at the airport?
Yeah, please. I didn't mean to derail your London story.
Christine, this is my London. This is my world famous London story. No, I told this actually on the stage in London.
Live and in person.
Yeah. But I think this is I've just been telling people this story because I think it's interesting otherwise.
Okay.
I was going through airport security. Stop. We have guys' grocery games
Very
on,
distracting. They're putting their hands in Jell-O.
on mute. I don't know why. It's just to
Just
have
what
it-
happened.
Yeah, so that's just on.
I'm making a lot of eye contact with it. That's right.
Yeah.
My glasses on. That's the problem.
I was going through airport security.
Uh-huh.
You ever go through that machine where they look at you naked?
I don't think so. Are you talking about from Airplane 2?
No. Have you seen Airplane 2?
Yeah, of course. What
Hmm.
am I born yesterday?
No, you would not. You would not be born yesterday if you watched Airplane 2.
That's the only
I
thing
don't
I
think
remember
anybody
from
under
Airplane 2.
39 has ever seen Airplane 2.
I've seen it, and that's the only part I remember. So don't challenge me on it.
No, it's that machine where you have to put your arms up
Oh,
like this,
yeah,
and
I've
then
done that
there's
before.
yeah. So I went through
They
that
can
machine.
see you naked?
Yeah, I mean that's why they do it. I mean to
That's
look for weapons
disgusting.
or whatever. Yeah, it is disgusting. They ought to be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah, it's very rude.
I got out of the. Tell me if this is a nightmare scenario for you.
Okay.
And the guy goes, I gotta pat you down. I was like, okay. And he's like, do you want to do it out here? And I was like, yeah, it'll be quick, right? And he's like, yeah, but I gotta touch your junk and stuff.
What?
And I was like, yeah.
That's how he's phrased it?
Yeah.
No.
And I was like, yeah, it's fine. Like,
I'd rather have it be out in the open. I think.
or also it's also like I get it. You gotta pat me down. It's fine. It's not like I'm just going somewhere for leisure and like being treated like a criminal. That's what was happening.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So anyway, he's like, all right, go a step, and I take a step to the side, and then this other guy's there.
New guy. Security
New guy. Yeah, a security guy. Literally a new security guy that the guy that's patting me down
Training.
is training. So he turns to that guy and says, okay, I'm going to demonstrate all the ways you can pat down a man's
For those at
crotch.
home, I've just put my head in my hands and I'm making a shocked face because I am shocked.
I'll demonstrate all the ways you can pat down a man's crotch, and you can choose which one you want to use.
No! And
So for like 2.5 minutes, he was just like
Tim!
demonstrating different. It was kind of like
That's
funny
a
enough.
prank. That would have been a good prank.
It was
If
a
it was
good
Johnny
prank.
Knoxville. Was it Johnny Knoxville by any chance?
It was Ashton Kutcher. No, the guy watching, the
got
trainee,
punched.
at one point went, "No."
Tim, that's horrible.
It was fine. I was.
Was it all like junk adjacent?
Here was the thing. Yeah, mostly. I mean, that's where I would hide a knife or whatever,
yeah,
or
but
a
they don't
box
know
cutter.
that.
I guess.
It's not against your like thigh.
I think they saw that in the
Oh.
naked machine. Maybe.
But you were wearing like high density underwear or something.
Yeah, I mean, and the other thing was like the different pats weren't all that different. Like they should just have like one version that they use.
It does seem like the kind of thing that they also should do universally so that nobody's ever like, hey, you're doing some funny business. I was doing the patented move. That's the one move we do to make sure you don't have the gun in
the
your
TSA
shorts.
patented it. So please don't use it yourself in the bedroom.
Don't use it for flirting or
Yeah.
other reasons.
I
bet it didn't feel like flirting. That's horrible.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of funny, and I was kind of like, I have to do a show in London
Yeah, I
in
think
like less than 24 hours, and I didn't really prepare all that much stuff, so I could tell this story on
yeah.
stage.
So you're
and then
like,
I'll tell
go
it again
ahead,
on the
do another
the
swipe.
podcast.
Sure.
Yeah,
And I bet Tom had some good jokes about it, but I'm just sitting here horrified.
yeah. I guess you're just like, that's assault. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, well,
I'm like,
says the lady who wants to trip me.
I don't want to
I
trip
thought you would have enjoyed your boy getting pranked, assaulted. That's your
in
sick sense of humor, isn't
public
it?
at an airport. That's really not my sense of humor, Tim. A couple of times they've done the thing. They've done the thing to me at
Where
the
they
airport
swab your
where they
hand?
swab your hands.
Yeah, you're just holding your palms out.
I
It's an
was
audio
gonna-
medium.
I was gonna
Christine.
get to saying. I was thinking to myself, I need to use a phrase to describe what I'm doing with my hands. But where they like spray you with something and then use a particular wand to touch your
Yeah, I
hands.
feel like they like just put a cotton swab on the end of a wand, and like
It's theater. It doesn't. I don't
right?
think it's
like
really
that computer,
It's like,
and then you just
Yeah.
hear a man go beep boop 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 beep boop.
it's the guy from Police Academy.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Michael
really name
Winslow.
dropping some of the best movies out there.
Police Academy is
Good.
more legit than Airplane 2, I think.
Yeah, but Airplane 2 makes you think of Airplane 1, which has some great jokes.
It does have some great jokes. Has some real clunkers, too.
Yeah, it has not aged well.
Yeah.
Only.
I mean, nothing ages well.
Fine wine, some cheeses.
Your boy Tim, you were just saying Tom looks great.
I wasn't saying
You were
Tom
looking
looks
at
great.
his Instagram,
I was
and you were
saying
just
he
like,
looks so youthful. He's got a real twinkle in his eye.
and that's why everybody knows that you and Tom are best friends.
This is how rumors get started. Wait, aren't we supposed to resolve some beef we had?
Did we have beef?
I think we had beef. Wasn't there some beef because... Oh, actually, I think my beef is with Tom because I said to him...
Okay, let's take a step back. My wife had a baby
Right.
I
A
went
very
out.
cute baby.
on paternity leave from the podcast.
Right. That's a
You
good
filled in.
retrospective. Yeah.
And
I did
then
a few episodes. That's right.
you came over to meet the baby, and we hung out.
Oh, right. Okay, right.
And then you went to record with Tom.
Yeah, your nemesis.
And Tom reported to me that Christine said, yeah, everything was great that you said to him. Tim's doing great. He's so tired. He repeated himself. He said the same, like, 3 things over and over
That's
again
not
the
what
whole
happened.
time.
That's not what I reported because that's not what happened.
That is indeed not what happened.
It's not even
And I
that
thought you were just
different.
trying to, like, you were, like, clout chasing.
I was bragging to Tom that I met the baby because
Yeah.
he had not yet at that point met the baby. I love when people know I've met the baby when they haven't met the baby.
But you didn't say that.
No, I talked crap about you.
You did
I
talk.
didn't talk crap about you. I told him that you seemed tired
I
because
was.
you sometimes you would respond to things in a little bit of a delayed fashion. Like we would have moved on to another topic, for instance. The
I
first
didn't
time
even
we're
know about
talking
this
about
part.
this.
I mean,
know.
I do that anyway, even pre-baby.
Yeah.
My brain's not so great, Christine.
Your brain is aging like a fine wine or an old cheese or Tom. But yeah, you just seemed a little tired, and I told Tom, and then he spun this
You spun
yarn.
a tail, yeah.
Made me sound like a real ass. And
Well,
I can be an ass, but I wasn't being an
you
ass
can
about
be.
you. You were a new father. You still are.
Yeah, I think I deserve some respect, Christine. I'm your father.
Oh my God. You're my father?
Yeah.
And we only met in a bar 15 years ago?
Yeah.
What a derelict father. You've been pretty inattentive.
I'm not a good father.
I think you owe child support to my mother, my hardworking.
We're here to talk about movie snacks this week, Christine.
Yeah.
And for people who don't know, that's snacks that you'd buy at a movie theater. The cinema for our international listeners.
Film.
Well,
At a film.
at a screening of a film
Yeah,
in a
film
theater.
screening.
Movie theater.
The viewing of a film in a theater.
Yeah. Okay. Christine, a couple things off the top.
Tim.
Number 1, are we talking about popcorn, or we think is popcorn a snack, or is that a different category?
What the heck else would it be? What category would popcorn be? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I've had a popcorn that eats like a meal before.
Oh, okay. I can understand, but you've really thrown me with that question because that is like the iconic movie snack.
Okay, all right. So look,
Well, we can talk.
we can
Popcorn's
talk-
on the table.
Popcorn's on the table. Good. Just make
He's
a quick
making a note. He's making
Has
a note.
the corn kid weighed in on popcorn yet?
Probably. Maybe a cameo. Maybe he did a cameo
let's
about
see.
it.
I'll check on that as well. Okay. And number 2.
Is this like a 2-part episode or you're making notes for later?
This is for the rest of the episode. Tom.
Okay, I don't know. I've
you
never
Tom.
worked with you before. You
I
just
said,
called me Tom.
I have a process. Doing a great job filling in, Christine.
I look just like him. Youthful.
Are we talking at all about sneaking in snacks?
Yeah, that's on the list.
That's on the list?
Yeah, it's also on the table. We got to
'Cause
talk
that's
about
not,
buying
that's
snacks,
not like
sneaking snacks.
Okay. Because then that offers that widens the scope. That could be anything.
No, it can't be anything. And in fact, one of the things
What
I was hoping
can't it
we'd
be?
talking about. Well, one of the worst mistakes I ever made was bringing in once rice pudding to a movie.
Rice pudding?
A huge bowl of rice pudding, like a not serving for one size rice pudding that I brought for
Were
one.
you gonna share it?
No,
you were
I
on
was.
a date, I assume.
No, I was with a friend of the show who, it wasn't a date, but we each picked out our own huge vat of rice pudding from that rice pudding place in the East Village.
That rice
used
pudding
to be in
place?
The East.
What?
You don't know the rice pudding place?
No.
There's this little shop that's
Can I
exclusively
try
rice
some?
pudding.
I've never had rice pudding my whole
In your
life.
life?
Yeah. Who wants rice and pudding?
It's great.
Pudding's so smooth.
It's great. It's just not a good movie snack. It's like, think of like cold porridge and like in a bowl the size of your
Who's
head.
had porridge? What are you, in a freaking nursery rhyme?
You've not had rice pudding or porridge?
No.
Did you not grow
I don't
up
live
in
in
a
freaking Mother Goose's town.
Little Orphan Annie village? I'm sorry for you. I don't know what gruel. Have you ever had gruel?
I haven't had gruel.
Have you had
I've been
oatmeal?
orphan. I've had oatmeal.
Have you had wet rice?
Wet
and
rice.
pudding?
No, see, rice pudding. Yeah, all the textures are screwed up. Anyway,
It's sweet. It's not a good movie snack. Anyway, okay,
Well,
we
we
can
can
talk
come
about
back to
sneaking
that.
in
Yeah,
snacks,
okay.
but not every snack is a good movie snack.
okay. Can we start off? See, normally, here's I'm gonna flip the script.
Okay.
Because normally Tom likes to save the real meat and potatoes till like the very
I would not
end.
bring meat or potatoes to a movie.
Right. Christine, what's your favorite movie snack?
Well, so it's a complicated answer because, like, what I like at a
Is
movie
it snow caps?
No, snow caps. Where do you ever see snow caps except a movie theater? Is something I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, that's why snow caps is the best. We're agreed.
It's Twizzlers, but as I think you might remember, I have a problem with Twizzlers.
Yeah,
I always choke on them.
you always choke on them. All right, let's get into it. You have a lot of notes here.
Yeah. Where should we start?
Do you wanna just start where you want to start?
Well, I did a little research because when you told me yesterday our topic, audience, I wanted to figure out a topic about 6 weeks ago. Just kidding. It was 4 or 5 days ago, but we decided just yesterday. So
You sent me. Do you want me to read off the list of topics that you sent? We'll do that later.
we'll do it
that after
later.
the
We'll
plugs.
tease it. I got a little enthusiastic. I'm a real over discloser, but in the less than 24 hours since I found out we were talking about movie snacks, I did a quick Google to see what Google says about movie snacks. And it showed me a chart of some nutritional facts about popular movie snacks.
Mm-hmm.
And items on that list included hot dog,
Right.
nachos without cheese,
Okay.
and
Without cheese.
and
Just-
mozzarella sticks.
Okay.
Have you ever had any of those things at a movie theater?
A hot dog, no, but I've seen that. Like a hot
I don't
dog
even feel like I've
is.
seen it. It's a movie snack?
It kind of is.
It's a
I
movie
think
meal. It's
The
a movie
let's all go to the lobby, right?
Oh,
One
like
of
a
those-
drive-in?
One of those is a hot dog in the
Yeah, the
in
dancing
singing.
hot dog, which does speak to my interests, but I just can't imagine eating. I mean, I'm
You
also
love a
vegetarian.
dancing hot dog and that dancing baby from Ally McBeal.
I don't love the dancing baby.
You're always talking
my
about that.
reputation
You
to
have
your
a
listeners
framed
is
photograph
complicated.
of that dancing
it's not.
baby.
It's one of those. What do you call those things where when you move them they dance?
Magic eye.
No, magic eyes when you unfocus your eyes.
Yeah.
I'm talking about those things when you
Or
twist
this
them.
is how you watch Frasier also.
True. Sometimes I can see a ship.
So yeah, I think hot dogs are at movie theaters. The other thing was mozzarella sticks.
Yeah, you ever see those at a movie theater?
Like nowadays, Chrissy, my favorite thing to do before COVID was at work I'd have summer Fridays. So I would just I'd walk to the movie theater at I'd leave the office and
daylight
whatever was
hours.
playing at 1:30 p.m., usually a new release blockbuster, sit there. But there was this newish movie theater on the Lower East Side.
Was it an Alamo?
No. It was still like a traditional AMC or Regal or something, but they incorporated some Alamo-like features
big
there. Big seats and alcohol, and also a more robust menu. So to answer your question, yes, I did see the movie The Art of Self-Defense, I think was that movie,
Never heard of it.
with the Jesse Eisenberg boy. The Eisenberg boy.
It's like such a funny way to refer to an adult man.
And I ate mozzarella sticks, and
Okay.
I was the only one in the theater.
Oh, that
Except
rules.
at one point, a very old man and his nurse came in.
Oh.
But this was
halfway through the film.
No, like an hour and 15 minutes into the movie. And I was like, is this old man sneaking into a film?
Probably they were trying to cool off. Was it the summer? Or was it the summer? Summer Friday.
Yeah, it was the summer, but
They're
like
probably cooling off, and he needed to sit, and she wanted some, respite from probably him barking orders at her.
yeah, probably. I don't know. He seemed a little too feeble to be barking at anybody.
This feels a little sad. My problem with mozzarella sticks at a movie now, I love mozzarella sticks, as any fan of the show knows. Just kidding. I don't think I've brought it up before.
It's why we're friends. We bonded over mozzarella
Our
sticks.
mutual love of mozzarella sticks, which is very unique. Most people don't like them.
No.
Um,
People never even heard of such a delicacy.
I feel like what I want out of a movie theater snack, I realized when I was thinking about it, is the ability to like intermittently have at it. And a problem with mozzarella sticks is once they're about a half hour old,
Oh, yeah.
they lose all the
It
things that
turns
are good
into
about
a
them.
freaking
It's just a-
string cheese.
It's a string
A
cheese,
string
but
cheese
worse.
that's been like sitting out on the counter for like
that used to be crisp, and now it's
Yeah,
like
now
two
it's, like,
separate
sweaty.
objects.
Yeah.
No. So I'm not that into. I guess if I'm eating mozzarella sticks before the film, I'm open to it. If I'm trying to eat them throughout the film, I'm a no.
Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Popcorn or otherwise, are you good at pacing yourself? I think
No.
always, despite my best efforts, before the end of the first act of the movie, I'm tapped out on snacks.
Yeah, I either don't want any more of what's left, or there's nothing left.
Yeah, no, it's always for me. There's nothing left.
And I'm I'm like sort of a slow sipper of beverages usually. Beverages is a different category that we haven't even gotten to.
We're not
beverages
talking
yet.
about
We're not talking about beverages right now. But the one of the things I was thinking about is how I really like Swedish Fish and I really like Sour Patch Kids, but I don't like getting them at a movie. And I don't really eat them elsewhere, but I don't really like getting them at a movie because then you've committed to this one thing and you have this huge box of Sour Patch Kids.
Christine, I got news for you.
Let's hear it.
We're in our 40s. We're never allowed to eat a Sour Patch Kid again.
I think we're allowed to.
It's,
I
it's
just don't think we
unjustifiable.
should.
There's no justification
But why?
for it.
Is it because we're too caught up in like the health food craze?
I mean, both of us are very much caught up in the 1980s health food craze of rice cakes.
Rice cakes would be a terrible. Movies are part of my problem with popcorn.
It's pretty much popcorn.
Have you? Well,
You
that's
just smash it
we're
apart.
about to
It's
get to a
freaking
gripe.
popcorn.
Well, right, but you still have to chew into it, bite into it. Sorry, I smacked the microphone a little bit when I said that. One of the things that I have realized in a post the pandemic, which it isn't over, but I mean in a time since it started.
Yeah.
Is it too political? Sorry.
Yeah, we'll cut that out.
The
The last thing we need is you declaring the pandemic over and everybody.
not over. I said it's not over. Oh my god, the two of you both have I feel like really painted me into quarters when I've been on the show, but I don't mind. I'll paint myself out. I think you'll really appreciate this of all people. The 4 times I've been to movies since March of 2020, I've been to 4 movies in that time.
Okay. Get to the gripe.
3 of which were in regular movie theaters. And what I have found, gripe, forthcoming, is that I cannot stand the sound of strangers eating popcorn.
Oh, God, yeah.
And it's like,
That's
I
been
don't
my
even,
whole life, my man.
I don't feel like I ever noticed it with the same level of just fury. Just absolutely. Are you seriously Russell into the bag?
Yeah.
Like flick it around in your fingers a little. Throw it into your open spitty mouth and then
Yeah.
it's such a noisy snack.
Can I tell you about the time I saw American Beauty in 1999?
Yeah, before we knew each other. You can tell me about that.
Yeah, and I went with a group of people,
Fellow teens.
who were just like, hey, this is gonna really skewer the suburban living.
Yeah,
I can't wait to get out of this hell.
Plastic bags mean everything in the wind.
Exactly. Man, I like the cut of this guy's jib.
Man. Oof. Yeah,
Spacey
Kevin
fella.
Spacey all the way, man.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Boo.
that didn't age well either.
And it's shrew wife Annette Bening. Right? There was like, here's a man.
Like
who's
there's a
like
sexy
having,
teen and a boring wife and
well,
rose
like,
petals,
he's
right?
like a sexy teen, a middle-aged man who's at the end of his rope because society is so fucked. And then there's just a shrew.
I love that word shrew.
Yeah, but that's how she's written in the movie. And it's just
she's
like
portrayed as a shrew.
What's Annette Bening agreeing to do this for?
No, it was a weird time.
It was a weird time. Hey, they gave Gina Davis some award at a thing.
Oh, I know. I loved it.
Yeah.
At the Emmys.
What a
She's
nice
great.
lady.
She hasn't aged a day either. Maybe it's me that's seeing everyone with this youthfulness.
You got to put your glasses on. So anyway, we were watching American Beauty with a bunch of people in the theater. And friend of the show, who shall remain nameless,
Oh, I have a guess.
got a giant tub of popcorn. Let's see if you can guess by this description. Was very proud of himself for getting the jumbo popcorn. And then for the entire movie, ate it one kernel at a time, chewing ever so slightly. But it was like clockwork. It was like every 5 seconds another
metronome.
of the or
Those
one of the
bird drinking
one of those
water.
drinking birds. Yeah. Damn near ruined a masterpiece for me.
That movie's not good, also.
Nah, that movie's not good.
We thought it was at the time, though.
Yeah, I had it on DVD. I watched the special features.
Wow, you
Yeah.
were a stan, as they say.
I was also like a DVD boy.
Oh, you were a DVD boy.
I liked the special features.
the commentary in particular.
Commentary, deleted scenes. Sometimes I'm like, they deleted that?
They should have kept
If
that in.
that's on the cutting room floor, imagine what made it into the movie. I never watched the actual movies.
You're a DVD boy, not a film guy.
Exactly.
Extra features only. Can you imagine? Tim, what's your favorite topping to put on a popcorn?
At home or at the movie theater?
Well, I guess, like, in the spirit of the show, I should say the latter, but I really am interested in
Well, I
general.
will say, at a movie theater, probably at some point, it would have just been like the butter. Like, give me more of that.
Yeah, give me that movie theater butter.
Yeah, but that's vile, right?
Well,
Like,
I think, like,
and
when-
now
Go ahead.
we're in our 40s, and there's no justification for ever
I'm in my
ingesting that.
mid-20s.
Everybody said that was a grotesque wink.
I want to keep it
No one in their
mysterious.
20s has ever winked like that.
One of the things I was thinking about is that I feel like, even though we're in our health food craze as people in our older adulthood,
Right.
I'm
I'm a smoothie guy now. Did you know
a
this?
smoothie guy too, actually.
Are you?
Yeah, it's
Let's
kind
talk
of new for
blenders
me.
when
Let's
you're,
yeah. Well, sure. And I think we should also talk about ingredients. But I think all bets are off at the movie theater, because I do think it's okay to get like an extra large soda. Which,
Right.
when do you do that elsewhere?
Right.
I think it's okay to get, like, honestly, if you're feeling fancy, a box of Swedish Fish and a box of Sour Patch Kids. So you have your savory and your sweet.
Now you're up to like $38.
I know. Well, that's the other thing. The prices are too high. But I don't think it's the kind of thing where, like, you need to worry about the butter. The butter is what? Just oil from 1997 that they've been, like, boiling over and over and over again. But it's great. Why
Probably. No, what's with the... It's full of trans fats, Christine.
not? Oh, the bad cholesterol?
Yeah. Like, I bet, like, if you put that on a... This was the experiment I was thinking of doing.
Okay, I think it's gonna be a bad idea from the expression
No,
on your
it's not
face.
that I was thinking of doing it. This is like the first thing that popped into mind. Where it's like, if a scientist took this to the lab,
Yeah.
put some of that butter in an eyedropper, and put it on the back of a frog, the
Okay.
frog would die.
Yeah, I mean, maybe is it hot? If it's very hot, it would burn a hole into the frog.
Maybe, I don't know. I was thinking more just like...
Did you ever take a science class too?
I guess we dissected a frog,
Oh, I
and
never
that's what
did.
made me think of that.
I never did. I never dissected anything. I was an activist even then.
Yeah, I worked at a butcher shop, so I had seen it all.
You'd seen it all. Did you butcher a lot of
beef,
things?
pork, chicken. I've seen it all. Frog, but that was at school.
Did you ever cook a frog? Did you ever eat a frog? You have frog legs?
No, I've never had frog legs. Have you?
No. I've never had frog legs.
Okay. Why are you so upset?
I'm not really upset, except that like now I kind of feel like I want to talk about butcher shops, and now I kind of feel like I want to talk about weird things we ate. But I think we gotta go back to Twizzlers.
Okay, all right. No, you asked me my favorite
toppings. Popcorn
topping.
Yeah, because popcorn's on the table, which I literally can't believe you thought we might not talk about popcorn.
I thought maybe popcorn was such a big topic it has to be
done. Its own show.
Um,
That's for you to decide. I'm just a guest.
Yeah, I know. I was hoping you'd do a little bit more work for this, to be honest.
I've asked some very interesting questions.
Explain what salt is the answer.
No,
salt.
Don't you know there's like those
when I make it at
things.
home, Christine.
Yeah, nutritional yeast.
Nooch all the way.
Nooch. Give me that nooch.
Yeah.
I'm nuts about nooch.
Nutritional yeast. You know what? My son loves it. We put that on everything.
Hey, that's great.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's a good source of vitamin B12.
And it gives a sort of like cheesy ambiance to whatever you're putting it on. I love it on popcorn. I also love the Trader Joe's.
How do you get it to stick on the popcorn?
Everything but elote. You just shake the bowl up.
Yeah.
But then there's always
sometimes I
spray
spray it with coconut oil.
Oh, that's pretty fancy.
Yeah.
No, not me. I don't spray it with anything.
So, okay, what toppings are you talking about?
There's those like displays of various flavors of
Is this new?
Like butters and salts. Yeah.
Butters and salts, you say?
Yeah, like movie theater butter, like garlic butter, or maybe some other butters. I haven't really tried it. I was hoping you'd tried it, but you haven't even heard of it. But then there's also the different powders.
Right.
Like spicy powder and Parmesan
I didn't know
powder.
that this is that things have gotten so fancy in the popcorn section of my multiplex.
Yeah, your local theater. Yeah, this is going to rock your socks off, I think. I don't really like having popcorn at the movies.
Why not?
A problem I have with popcorn, whether I'm at home or in the field, it is the messiest snack for me. If I'm at a movie and it's dark and I'm eating popcorn, even if I think I'm noticing I'm dropping a little, the lights turn on, there's popcorn all in my hair. Like, I'm the messiest.
Just shake it off. Hey, do what T Swift says.
Sing it. Let's hear what she says.
The popcorn's gonna crumble. I'm just gonna jumble. Shake it up. Shake it up. Yeah, that's what you gotta do.
That song's about popcorn. I never listened to the words so
yeah,
closely.
no. Have you never heard Taylor's version? After that, the villain Scooter Braun bought all of her master tapes, so she had to make Taylor's version of all her songs.
Oh.
You know this Taylor Swift thing?
No, I don't know.
Are you not a Swiftie?
I'm not a Swiftie. I like.
Do you not agree that Scooter Braun is the villain?
It's a name of a villain. It sounds like a villainous name.
Yeah. Oh, he's a scoundrel.
I don't know. I don't know this one.
The scoundrel Braun stole her master tapes, bought them up from right under her nose.
That's terrible. It's her stuff.
Yeah. Well, tell that to Scooter Braun. Turning off the TV. You're getting distracted by a Lucky Charms commercial.
I think you didn't hear me earlier. I was like, we got to turn this off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's too distracting.
All right. What else you got to say about popcorn?
There's a Lucky Charm ad on. I don't like Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms.
Oh.
I don't like Lucky Charm.
Yeah, there's one in particular that I don't like.
Wouldn't it suck that if it was called Lucky Charm and it was all just like the corn pieces, or what do they make the non-marshmallow stuff out of in Lucky Charms?
It's
puffed rice or something.
It's like puffed rice, I think, in shape.
If it's just called Lucky Charm,
and there's one
marshmallow in it.
That'd be so terrible for parents and children alike.
Yeah.
They make ones that are just the marshmallows, I think.
They sell just the marshmallow. I don't think they say it's like, this is cereal.
cereal. Do you have a recollection of once we went to a movie and somebody brought in their own snack from home and it was like a huge Tupperware filled with popcorn?
Someone we were with?
No, someone in front of us.
I vaguely remember that. I don't remember much from
I know.
my life. My
the
brain,
problem,
it's not so good.
Yeah, you said that earlier. The problem is I remember it was funny, but I can't remember what was funny about it.
Yeah. We've been to a lot of movies together, Christine.
That's true.
What have we seen together? We've seen The Hangover.
We hated The Hangover. Some
We've
of us
seen-
died in our seat in The Hangover. We hated it so much.
Woody Allen's Blue
Oh my
Valentine.
God, why are you bringing up this terrible
What?
series of
These
movies
are,
that I wish I never saw? I've got a reputation to uphold.
I'm Not There, starring Joaquin Phoenix
Yeah.
and Casey Affleck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We've seen a lot of.
You always want to see this
Scoundrels.
problematic
It's not problematic
Cinema.
when we see. I think Blue
Valentine.
Jade.
No, Blue. Oh,
Blue
no.
Valentine is a
Yeah.
sad one, but we didn't see that together.
No, Blue Jasmine.
Blue Jasmine. We saw that when we passed the time of when we should have been paying to see Woody Allen movies, right?
I think our entire adult life,
Yeah,
we should have
we've
known.
always known. Yeah.
But also, you were just like, I gotta see
Nope,
Louis C.K. and
Oh my
Andrew
God,
Dice Clay
no,
in the
okay.
same movie.
Are they? Is that true?
Yeah.
Why did we go to that?
Uh,
Oh, that's devastating. Whoops.
it's your call.
You're gonna get me canceled.
I've been trying for years, Christine.
I can't believe you invited me on this show to talk about paying money to see some of America's rottenest scoundrels. We saw that movie about that killer who did his hair like a combo of Einstein and
Oh, Phil Spector.
yeah.
Yeah.
What was that movie called?
Probably like
Spector.
the trial of Phil Spector or something.
Yeah, we
You were just like, I'm just gonna close my eyes and listen to the soundtrack. That's why you wanted to go.
No,
You're like, I don't care about the story.
I love a story.
I just wanna hear the
I love
music.
a murderous pig of a man who abuses his artists. Just kidding, everybody. That movie is famous to me because you thought there was going to be a really long line, and we got there really early.
And there wasn't. We were like,
The only people I wanted to see. I think that might be the movie where there were that Tupperware.
all right, what's another snack on your list?
Well, I do think we should talk about soda.
Okay.
I want to talk about
Is
beverages.
soda a snack?
I think so. I
Okay.
think movie snacks includes your little tray of food. My problem with beverages at the movies, Tim, this is a gripe.
Okay.
Too big. They're so big.
Didn't you just say that you were excited to have the opportunity to have an extra large
No,
soda?
I said no. You're misconstruing what I said previously, which is that it's nice to have.
I like that you
Soda.
said that I was misconstruing and not misrepresenting, which is what I was doing. I understood.
I was trying to be polite. I feel like we give ourselves permission at the movie theater, which we should, to just be sort of gluttonous and why not. But then you don't have the option most places for anything smaller than a half gallon of soda.
Right.
And you don't want to buy a water because it's a Smart Water. It's a bottle of Smart Water for $14.
Yeah.
And one of the things I like to sneak into a movie is little bottles of liquor. So if you're at
Wow.
a traditional movie theater that doesn't sell
Yeah.
cocktails, or even if you are, but you're just trying to be a teen again. Although I didn't drink as a teen, so
Wow.
I know.
Me neither. Well, that's not true. I didn't drink in high school.
yeah, I didn't drink in high
I
school.
drank as a college teen.
Did you sneak nips into the movie theater as a college
No,
teen?
I'm not from Massachusetts.
That's very rude. I am, and we did what we could.
When Tom and I and friend of the show Andrew went to see Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark, the musical.
Oh,
we
the
snuck
live
in some little airplane bottles of alcohol.
Now, don't they serve cocktails at Broadway shows?
They do.
But they're $18. Remember
Yeah,
that
we were
time?
like, we already spent tickets going to see Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. We
You
don't need
bought
to
them.
give these
They weren't
people.
comped. I figured they were comped because
Why
you're
would they
such
be
big fans
comped?
of Spider-Man. As I think about it, that's not
That's
not
right.
really
If
how
they just
stuff
gave,
works.
if they gave free tickets to fans of things.
Tom loves superheroes.
Yeah, he does. But they need guys like Tom to pay for things.
Once we went to a ticketed event and I bought what I thought was just a cup of wine and a souvenir cup, and I was so mad the whole time because once it had already been poured, they told me it was $45.
Yeah, I was at that event with you.
Yeah,
That was a weird event.
No, it didn't work out for so
No.
many reasons.
Thanks for bringing that up.
Well, anyway, what size soda did you like to get at the movies?
I don't like to get a soda, but lately, getting a small. But the small, hey,
The small's not
What is
small.
it? It was a 1992 a stand-up act. The small is the
Hey,
large
what's
now,
with
or
the
something.
small?
But
What's the deal with the small?
my wife, who is sitting 5 feet away from me, she's waving to the microphone.
My wife, I think you're supposed to say.
I think we generally split a soda when we go there.
She's nodding.
But guess who drinks the lion's share of the soda?
You.
Me. Tim. See, this
you-
soda is another thing, Christine. We're in
Let's
our
hear about
40s.
Oh my God, stop saying
Should
that.
never ingest that poison
I don't think
ever
it's
again.
so bad to drink a little soda every once in a while.
You're not talking about drinking a little soda. You're thinking you're talking about getting a movie theater
Well,
portion.
you take a couple pulls off of it, you spit them on the floor, and then you put in the nip, and then it's alcohol, and that helps. I don't spit on the floor. But can you even imagine how gross it must be to clean the floors of a movie theater with all the popcorn I've spilled,
Hey,
all
from
the
what I
soda I've spilled?
understand, they don't. That's
What
why
do you-
they're so sticky. Huh?
They are
You know what I mean?
sticky, that's true. What do you get, cherry Coke?
No. Coke?
Just regular Coke.
Yeah.
I like regular Coke.
I like a root beer.
Oh, the last time I got a soda, the second to last time I got a soda, I want to be honest here. The second to last time I got a soda at a movie, get this, I got an orange soda, and I
Why?
asked for, I don't know, Tim, but I asked for a teeny tiny orange soda, please, and she gave
You
me
said
like,
teeny tiny.
yeah, it was very
just to
charming,
Be adorable.
It was
Yeah.
adorable.
Worked. Hey, mission accomplished.
No, because you don't
That
even
your
know.
fucking grotesque wink. Did you do the big?
I don't wink at people that I'm
Exaggerated.
like that have
Oh,
to.
there's a teeny tiny, and then a big old.
I don't
Old
wink at
lady
people who
wink.
are forced to be in transaction with me because I don't want them to think they have to deal with that. I wink at people like you because I want you to play along with the fact that I'm in my early 20s. Or whatever I said, mid 20s. As for teeny tiny orange soda with no wink, and she put it in one of their water cups, which also has a lid and a straw. And I said, okay. And I went to pay, and she said, oh, we don't charge for that.
We don't charge senior citizens.
Excuse you.
And if you want, you and your nurse could go in and watch the last 30 minutes
No,
of that.
I was a charming young person.
Jesse Eisenberg boys film.
You're the octogenarian with that Eisenberg boy. It's a very old-fashioned way of talking about a person.
It's how he likes to be referred to.
I sometimes like to get nachos at a movie, and they're gross, right? It's like cardboard chips with old orange cheese, but it's too much of a crapshoot.
Why
these
are
days.
we
It's not
saying
worth
that
it.
all this stuff is old, like the butter and the cheese?
Because we don't know how often they switch it out. A lot of these places, I feel like, don't switch it out.
I think the nacho cheese at a well-traveled multiplex is flowing like.
I don't know. It's too. It's also too
It's
loud
like
of
the
a
phrase,
snack.
like the cheese at a multiplex.
That's famous phrase. This is flying off the
Always
shelves.
flowing.
Like
That's how they.
use it in
That's
a-
how they
use it in a
describe the
sen-
Mississippi River, flowing like cheese at the multiplex. The waters of the rapids of the old Mississippi.
I can't believe it. I've never actually
Yeah,
heard
read
that
some
phrase.
freaking Lewis and Clark for once in your life.
Read some Lewis and Clark.
Did they write anything?
I don't think they wrote that much.
People wrote
They had
about
like
them,
maybe
though.
like they might
Hey,
have had
read
like
some
their
accounts of
journals. You
their-
know,
yeah.
they're like we were flowing on the Mississippi, and
Yeah.
it was rolling like cheese at a multiplex. They said.
So Lewis and Clark, they just like walked across the whole.
I don't know
US.
enough about Lewis and Clark to go deep on this. I'm
Okay.
so sorry. They're explorers. I think they were exploitative.
Right. Okay. Maybe you should watch the film Almost Heroes and learn more about it.
No, I only watch films that star or are directed by problematic nightmare people.
I mean, who is it? Okay. Matthew Perry? Was he the guy? And Chris Farley? Chris Farley,
What are we talking about?
Almost Heroes.
I've never even heard of it.
Oh, it's a lovely movie.
With Matthew Perry and Chris
Yeah.
Farley.
They're
It's funny.
like
Charming.
I liked it when I think it was like the posthumous Chris Farley.
You know what I was thinking about the other day? Imagine if John Candy hadn't died.
Oh yeah, I think
be
about
great.
that like 3 times a week.
Really?
Yeah.
It just occurred to me for the first time since he passed, but I really got emotional about it a little.
He was young.
He was so young and he was so funny. And like Summer Rental, great film.
I started watching Volunteers starring John Candy and Tom Hanks.
Oh, yeah, okay.
There's a reason there's a Tom Hanks John Candy movie, and we're not all like, yeah, of course I know that movie. It's a classic because it's
bad.
It's also written by Ken Levine and David Isaacs, who you might know as writers of some of the most famous, iconic Cheers and Frasier episodes.
Oh, should I watch Volunteers? You're telling me it's not
I made
good.
it about 30 minutes in.
Oh, you couldn't even finish
and
it.
I was like, it's got like the best people written by the best guys. Just fell apart.
Sometimes magic just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
What's the first movie you ever saw in a theater? Do you know?
The first movie I ever saw in a theater was a drive-in theater.
I've never been to a drive-in my whole life.
What?
I know. Isn't that terrible? It's
Not
terrible.
even during the great pandemic of 2020?
No, because I didn't have access to a car until recently, and now I'm back in theaters.
You bought a Ford F-250?
One of
from
those
what I understand?
huge gas guzzlers. Yeah.
The Muppets Take Manhattan.
Can't even see pedestrians in that thing. Was the first... That's so classic. That's so
but guess
correct
what? Guess
for you.
who had to be taken? Guess who had to drive out of the drive-in
Because
theater?
you were having a temper tantrum?
Nah, I was screaming, they're going to come in the car.
How old were you? 15? Tell me you were 15.
The win of the moment, I think I was like 3.
Oh my God, you were
And
so
I
scared
thought,
of the Muppets.
Like, the Muppets were so big on the screen. I didn't know what was going on. Right? Like, we're driving, like, my experience in the car was like, we drive somewhere and I get out and I'm at, like,
right, and
daycare or
everything's
whatever.
normal sized.
Yeah. And we go and park somewhere and suddenly there's a giant freaking frog and pig. Like,
Wait, were the Muppets familiar to you or new to you?
I think they were probably new to me, but or maybe like I had like seen Kermit on like Sesame Street or something. But yeah, I definitely I know I can't, like, intellectually I know I can't remember this.
Right.
And it must have just been that I've been told the story so many times. But I remember just thinking that these giant freaking monsters were going to come into the car.
And it's just like, it's not a monster movie.
No, it's not. But, like, you'd forgive a 3-year-old for, like, being a little confused as to, like, why are we parking the car? What the hell? And
Right, are we not getting out? This is
yeah.
so unusual.
Yeah. And then it was supposed to be a nice thing. And
Ruined it for your family and maybe the families around you.
no, I think we kind of hightailed it out of there pretty quickly. I don't know what the first movie in an actual theater. What was your first movie theater experience?
My mom wanted to go see Star Freck Free, as I called it, because I couldn't say my T's that well because
Right.
I was so little. But I saw Star Trek 3.
Which one is
When
that?
I was like 2 years
Is
old.
that the one with the whales?
I was so little, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I've seen sort of it since, but I don't think I had any snacks because I don't know that I had many teeth. You know, I was
Yeah.
like that little. But I was talking.
Yeah.
So maybe
I mean,
I had
not
teeth.
well.
Rude. True, but rude. It was what I led with, but how dare you? But no, I don't think I really had snacks in the movie theater at that age.
Let's go through the top snacks. We're running out of time here.
Okay, yeah, and this topic is compelling.
What, are you being...
No, I just realized I want to talk about like the movies we've seen. I don't really want to talk about mozzarella sticks.
well, you're the...
I know. Oh, I do have a question while
Okay.
you look it up. Are you a Twizzlers guy or a Red Vines guy?
I've never had a red vine in my life.
Have we talked about this? Did I know that about you?
I mean, I'm not from Massachusetts. We
Is
don't
it a
have-
Massachusetts
Have you
thing?
seen
It's
red
like a
vines in New
national-
York? You've
it's
lived
a
in
na-
New York.
I saw red vines the other day. Sometimes I even see red vines in the movie theater. I barely ever leave the 5 boroughs. I've seen red vines recently.
That's horseshit. They're doing
It's
that
literally
to appeal to,
true.
like, people coming from Ohio. This city's gone down
What
the
do you think I
tubes.
saw a guy from Ohio selling red vines?
Chips, hot dogs, ice cream. This is a list from purewow.com. Raisinets.
Raisinets are another example, much like snow caps. Do you ever see them anywhere? Literally anywhere besides the movie theater?
No. And you know what they are? They're
Bad.
like
They're bad.
raisins, but ladies.
Like the Brooklyn Nets. Not the Brooklyn Nets, but the Brooklyn Nets. The dancers.
The dancers.
Yeah. Basketball games. I would eat 3 Raisinets happily, and then I would have had enough.
Yeah, I think that's like most candy, though.
No. A lot of, I don't know. I think maybe you're too healthy for me.
Look at me. Milk Duds.
Yeah, Milk Duds and what do you call them?
Milk Duds are chocolate covered caramel. Yeah,
They're
I can't do that.
Chewy. Those
Yeah.
2 and done for me.
No, because you're chewing that. Hey, you want that to last the whole movie?
Yeah, that's
Give
true.
me
It's like
one Milk Dud. I'll be chewing that thing
gum.
till the end of the first.
What about
post-credits.
Whoppers? You know what I hate? Whoppers. Whoppers is like the worst candy. Ugh.
Are you an
Malt
asshole?
balls. No, I'm a nice person, as I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, but your Whopper stance makes me think you might be an asshole.
You like Whoppers? They're
Yeah.
disgusting. They're like powdery garbage. It's like powdery garbage.
It's candy. It's covered in chocolate.
No, I'm a no.
And you put them on your tongue and they crackle a little bit.
No.
You've never had. You don't know what you don't know what you're talking about. Snow caps.
Yeah, what are they? They're like nonpareils. Are they kind of like nonpareils?
Yeah.
What's a nonpareil? Chocolate and dots? It's like dots.
Nonpareils is what I always thought it was.
Oh, and where I'm, as you mentioned, I'm from Massachusetts, and we say nonpareils.
Yeah. The PureWow.com says they're crunchy, flavorless nonpareils.
What? Why would you want something flavorless?
I mean, I think they're saying they're bad. Gummy bears.
Oh, this is an editorial. Gummy
Yeah.
bears are a yes for me. And I want to tell you, I've had gummy
You know what the
bears
problem with gummy bears are?
recently, not in a movie theater. I eat gummy bears semi-regularly.
Yeah, you like the weed gummies, right?
No, I eat
Get
like,
you all messed up
no, I like
so you can
the,
watch your Woody Allen movies.
Oh my God. No. No. I
Hey,
don't.
Tim, come over. We're going to eat some weed gummies and watch The Hangover 3.
I can think of nothing worse.
Problem
I'm a
with gummy
real
bears,
baby.
too gummy.
That's your problem with Milk Duds too. But it's
Too
a different
chewy.
kind of gummy.
Too chewy. Sour Patch Kids.
I like gummy bears. So far, gummy bears is a clear winner for me. Sour Patch Kids, as I mentioned, yes, but not exclusively. You've got to break them up with other flavors.
They're like,
You think we're too old for Sour
I
Patch
think
Kids? What if
we're
there were
too
Sour Patch adults?
now we're talking. Look, I don't want to get roped into anything here with that, but they don't hurt your teeth now.
They hurt
You
like
don't feel like-
the fleshy parts of my mouth.
Like one time, and this was years ago, I ate my first McGriddle, the McDonald's sandwich, and like
is it
the-
breakfast sandwich?
it's
or
a
something?
breakfast sandwich. It's
Okay.
like sausage, egg, and cheese on and like the roll that it's on.
It's not on an English muffin.
No, it's on like some sort of pancake. Like some sort of thick pancake that is injected with syrup.
Ooh.
So there's like,
It's like caked.
and this was the
Hot.
first time, and I think I was only like 25 when this happened. Actually, in my mid 20s, not winking. No, don't stop winking like that, please. And I remember I swallowed it, and I felt my heart like skip a beat, and I was just like,
But not from love.
"Oh,
from
I
pain.
can't
this
do
is a
this. This
dangerous
is stuff
snack,
that
actually.
I can't do." And it was the first time I realized, like, oh, I can't do this forever.
Yeah.
And Sour Patch Kids, whenever I have like one of them, I'm like, it reminds me of my impending mortality.
Sour Patch Kids is the taste of death to you.
Yeah. Twizzlers,
Love
you
'em.
love them.
I
That's
love
your
'em.
number one. Even though they're waxy and get caught in your throat.
They really-
in one's throat, especially your throat.
I really do. I choke pretty consistently on Twizzlers. I don't know what it is.
It's
but
the fact that like the texture's too.
it
Like,
is
it's
too waxy.
plastic.
I will say,
It's
as someone
plastic.
who used to love Twizzlers, and I don't know if they've changed or I've changed or both, but they do feel like thinner and not as gummy, not as like buoyant as they
Right.
used to. And so
Twizzlers-
they're not that good anymore, in my opinion. For me, they're not my favorite. Gummy bears is my favorite of what you've mentioned.
Yeah, but let's here. I'm gonna put these into categories. Like, let's go through the ones. Raisinets, yes, definitely movie theater snack. You do not see them outside of a movie theater.
Completely.
Milk
Okay.
duds, I would say also true.
Yeah, you see them sometimes on Halloween out in the
Right.
baskets on the street.
Snow caps, absolutely. Gummy bears, no, that's not a movie theater
an everywhere snack.
That's an everywhere snack.
Yeah.
Sour Patch Kids, I think increasingly a movie theater snack.
Yeah, but where
I
are
think,
you going?
I
that
think I
has-
just don't run
Yeah,
in the
you
Sour
don't run in
Patch
a-
Kids circles that I used to. Twizzlers, I feel like, is an everywhere snack.
I think Twizzlers might be an everywhere snack.
And you turn them into a straw. So then you got that also.
Yeah, that's a handy thing. You do that a lot. Do you do that with your smoothies?
Junior mints,
Junior mints,
they're good.
they're okay. You know, I had an
They don't have enough.
Andes-
They don't have enough give.
They don't have enough give, and they're also like, if you have 2 or 3,
We have
that's
too
enough.
much give.
I don't know what you mean by too much give on a. I can't picture that with a junior mint. It's like it's a little bit of
It's
give.
like mushy.
Yeah, but what's the inside like? It's like you
Well, I
said, chew
want
it
to
a
say
little.
mushy.
Yeah, you're saying mushy, but I don't think it is. I think it's more
It's
like
like mashed
crisp.
potatoes.
It's
I
like a
think
mashed
it's-
potato of mint. No way. No way.
Yeah,
We should have had samples of these snacks for the
We
listening
had to
audience.
go to the. This would have been the most expensive.
No, we wouldn't have to get them at the.
Episode.
We'd have to get snow caps, I guess, at the movie.
They have
theaters,
Skittles
raisin it.
here. Skittles is an everywhere
No,
snack.
Skittles is absolutely an everywhere snack.
You know, it's a damn shame that isn't an everywhere snack, and this might
Rattle some cages.
This might rattle some cages. This
that what
might
you're gonna
knock
say?
snow caps right off my number one. Reese's Pieces.
Oh,
And what do you-
forget
wait.
about it.
What do you call them?
Reese's Pieces.
Reese's Pieces.
I don't know what I call them. Now you're putting me on the spot. Yeah, Reese's Pieces.
Reese's Pieces.
What are you saying it different every time? Reese's Pieces. Pieces, I think. Do I say that? What do
Well,
you say?
Some people say like Reese's.
Pieces.
Yeah, it's Reese's Pieces, and people say like, "Oh, you're gonna have a Reese's peanut butter cup." And it's like, why would it be Reese's?
I think because you want to say piece is fun. So then people
How fun is it
emphasize.
actually?
I
when it
mean,
gets
there's
down
so
to it?
little joy. Let's take it where we can get it. But if what you're saying is they're delicious, they are.
Yeah, you got all the
You know where
versions
you
of
see,
M&Ms.
Wait, you know where you see Reese's Pieces is Sunday Bar.
E.T.
Sunday Bar.
Oh yeah, that's true.
They're really good. You really want them on your iced
yeah,
cream.
yeah. Somebody, I forget who,
Like a known person or a famous person or Lewis and Clark. Again?
known to me.
Okay.
Peanut butter M&Ms
Uh-huh.
superior to Reese's Pieces.
I don't know.
They're both good.
I don't know. I haven't had peanut butter M&Ms enough to feel like I'm qualified to say, but I feel very skeptical that that's possible.
They don't have as much give.
What's
I mean,
with
they
you
have
and
less give.
Is it potato-like? Is it mushy?
No, it's more peanut
It's
butter.
firm.
Yeah. Have you ever had these freaking cookie dough bites at the?
No, I
seen
saw them too,
I'm
yeah.
always intrigued.
Yeah, but
Never intrigued
could go
enough to buy.
sideways, yeah.
And like, again, I hate to be harping on this, but it's past the time in my life that I can
Take a
be
risk
like,
like
hey,
that?
I'm gonna have these cookie dough bites
Well, the
and
next time
expect not to die in the next 5 years.
that's really dark.
Yeah.
The next time you go to a movie the way you did American Beauty with a group of people,
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll go in on some cookie dough bites.
Okay.
See about it. Pass it one each. Not going to hurt us. Pass them down the
I have
row.
a 10-month-old child. I'm not going to go to the movies for the next
18 years.
18
We'll go
years.
in 18 years.
18 years.
Mark it. We'll be in our
Well, then we
we'll be in our
definitely-
late 30s by
We
then.
definitely can't be eating cookie dough
No,
bites.
you can eat junk once in a while until you're dead, and you don't. It doesn't make you die any sooner, unless maybe it does. And so
I don't
what?
know, or maybe you've just got to be sneaking into movies because you sunk all your money into movie snacks.
You think that
and then,
guy with a personal nurse had to sneak into a movie because of economic reasons and not for the thrill of it?
Probably.
I think they're probably doing it for the
You
thrill
thought they
of
were
it.
like thrill killers?
I don't think they were killers. I think they were seeing the last 45 minutes of a movie they'd never heard of.
Yeah. It wasn't a very good movie. If you like the show, you can learn more at tcgte.com. We got links to the Twitter.
Uh-oh. Tom usually does this,
Tom
right?
does this, and like,
You can find us on Patreon.
Yeah,
Am I
here's the
helping?
thing that I do know. Patreon.com/complete guide. We
Well,
do
should
a
I do my
whole...
Tom impression?
Yeah.
We're on Instagram. That's pretty good, right?
Yeah. Patreon.com/complete guide. You get a full extra episode every week. Books the podcast. This week we're going to do something else. And it's a surprise. Actually, you'll just look at it. The Patreon drops before the episode. We do these out of order. It's very
about the future
but,
from the past. We're talking about the past from the future.
yeah. It's a great way to support the show and get a ton of bonus content going back years, literally years.
Almost like
100
a-
episodes of amazing facts.
Whoa! It's almost like a DVD box set.
It's almost like a DVD box set, and we're all DVD boys here.
I'm not.
You go to tcgte.com for links to the Reddit. Hey, get that Reddit going. The Reddit's kind of been hopping. Also, the Discord. The Discord's great as well. A couple people from the Discord came out to the live shows in
that's
London.
great.
It was lovely. And hey, to everybody who came out to the London shows, thank you very much. It was so much fun.
I bet it was.
I think I agree with all of the listeners who were there that it was the best night of the year. The best 2 nights of the year. That's all I got. Back to movie snacks, Christine. I feel like you have some burning
I did bring notes.
last minute.
Some of this. Oh, I did say let's talk about dropping popcorn. Ices. We didn't even talk about slushies.
That's true. Well, we'll do a whole slushies episode.
Oh, I wanted to.
Oh, God damn it, Christine.
What?
Is there anything you would like to plug?
No.
Okay.
I'm my Instagram's private and
Okay.
I don't really live out loud.
Okay, cool.
But thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to tell everybody that once I was in a movie theater where someone had one of those canteen metal water bottles
Mm-hmm.
and they were in the last row and they dropped it and it rolled all the way to the front. It was
Did
really
you?
loud.
Were you like, oh my God, we're all gonna die? Are you on edge in a movie theater the way that I'm on edge? In
Yeah,
a
that's
movie
why I have
theater?
to sit on the aisle. Like it's not a cute thing about me. It's like I'm very alert to people that are wandering.
Nobody
around
was nobody was accusing it of being a cute thing about you, Christine. Oh, she's so nervous she needs to sit on an aisle. That's cute. It's freaking adorable.
I'm on edge. I'm on edge, and I've been to movies with you, non-problematic movies even, where we've
Yeah.
like noticed people lingering to probably just check the temperature and been very on
Also,
edge.
the other thing is like, look, bad things. This is how we're ending the episode. Look, very bad things have happened in movie theaters. But you know how many
still go.
freaking movie showings there are in America every day of
Mostly
every
bad
year?
things don't happen.
Like, overwhelmingly, mostly bad things don't happen.
I also wanted to talk about noisy rappers,
okay.
and particularly.
Oh, you mean Busta Rhymes?
That's the first rapper you could think of.
I was thinking of somebody that would like make noise, like you know how he used to be like, or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you like my Busta Rhymes?
It's pretty good.
Very accurate.
Almost
Busta
as good
Rhymes,
as my
yeah.
Tom impression. And I hate when movie theaters give out those like very thin paper napkins. I guess this is more. I more wanted to talk about noise at a movie theater
Right.
than
We'll
snacks.
save it for the noises at a movie theater episode next week. On
I
the
hope
Complete
you'll
Guide to
invite me
Everything.
back to complain about very small things. But when you've got someone rustling their napkin throughout the whole movie next to you, that's like the main thing you remember about the movie. Their
Or
mouth
when
noises.
somebody's eating a freaking jumbo popcorn, kernel by kernel.
What if they had an apple? What if people were eating apples at the movie
People were
theater?
eating apples at the movie theater. We'd have to do something. We'd have to shut them all down.
And I also wanted to say about the places where you like order a whole dinner, which I like those places, your Nighthawks, your Alamos, etc.
Yeah.
Dinner theater, but how sometimes it can also be distracting. This is also about noise at a movie theater when it's like, I thought I ordered the
Oh yeah.
spritzer and this seems to have, and it's just like very distracting.
Everybody's
If
got
it's you, it's
something going
distracting.
on,
Yeah, it's
and-
too active.
yeah.
It's honestly too active. And then
Yeah.
the check comes when like the scenes are getting
Yeah.
intense in the film.
I agree. It's kind of not. It's not ideal. And they're like, this is for like film buffs and cinephiles, but it's also like, No, you take out all of the immersion of what's supposed to be an immersive experience.
Yeah, exactly. It's like mashed potatoes. It's too mushy.
And some guys eating like a fried chicken sandwich.
Yeah, it's like gross. There's stuff spewing everywhere. Ribs? Forget about it.
People eating ribs there?
I assume.
Licking their fingers?
Yeah.
Oh, people licking their fingers.
People licking their fingers is talk about movie theater noises and gripes. Yuck.
Yuck. All right.
Okay.
Well, thanks for being here, Christine.
Tim, it was a real pleasure.
See you next week.
Maybe.
Well,
not me.
yeah, I was talking to the listener.
Oh, see you next week.
Well, you won't.
That was a HeadGum podcast.